Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see the part 10 of the trigonometry topic. So in that we are going to discuss that is the inverse trigonometric functions, the sine law and the cos law. These three are the very important things what we are going to do over here today. So now let us see first the inverse trigonometric functions. In this one, we have to find out the angle theta. So now this is the question given over here that sine theta is 10 by 27. So same thing here, I have written the question over here. So now let us concentrate on the theta because we have to find out the angle theta over here. So theta will be, see here, when this is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. So when this sine goes, now theta is on the left hand side, but we want the sine, if it goes to the right hand side, that becomes inverse. This is very important. So this sine is going to be sine inverse. This says that when we write like this, and this says that that is sine inverse. And this 10 by 27 is as it is on the same side. So now when you see, you can use your calci over here, that when you just type this one, sine inverse 10 of 27, you get the value of this one. And this sign indicates that that is approximately, because there will be 27.7 and something else over here. So when you round it, it will be 74. So usually we write this for the approximation. So now for this one, cos theta is 0.25. Again, here the same thing, cos theta, we want to find out theta. So this goes here, means this is going to be cos inverse and this one. So again the same, when you type in here this one calci, just check the calculation. That will be 75.52 degree. Now this is given over here that this is the diagram given there. So we have this one. This is theta. So theta means this is the opposite side. Side opposite. This will be here. This side opposite to theta. This will be the opposite one. This will be the adjacent one. And this is 90 degree means this is the hypotenuse that you all know. So now see here. Since we know this thing and here, so we know the opposite and the hypotenuse. So we have to consider here sine theta. So sine theta is opposite by hypotenuse. So sine theta is what? This is opposite is 8 and the hypotenuse is 17. So this is here. So now we want to find out the inverse of this one. So we want a theta here. So that will be sine inverse of 8 by 17 and that is approximately 28.07. Now here we have to see for angle A. So this we have to see here. So now look at here. So when you have to see for here means this will be opposite sides. This will be the opposite one and this is going to be the hypotenuse. So we know the opposite and we know the we don't know the hypotenuse, but we know this is opposite, so this is going to be the adjacent. So when we know the opposite and the adjacent means we are going to look at for 10. So now we want for A, so we can write here 10A. So 10A is opposite by adjacent. So here, what is the opposite one? Opposite is 8 and the adjacent is 5. So 8 divided by 5. So A will be 10 inverse of 8 by 5. So that is approximately equal to 57.99 degree. Now let us see for B. So now see here, this is B. So this will be the opposite side and this is the adjacent. And of course, this is going to be the hypotenuse. Why? Because this is 90 degree. So now we know what we know, that this we know the adjacent and we know the hypotenuse over here. So when we know the adjacent by hypotenuse means that is going to be cosine. So that will be cos B because we want for B. So we are going to write for cos B. So this cos B is what? Adjacent is 4 and this hypotenuse is 11. So B will be again here cos inverse of 4 by 11. So that is approximately equal to 68.68 degree. Now we are going to look for, you have to solve for triangle ABC. So now see here, this is A. Whenever this capital, we write it for this angle and this small a, we write it for the side. So now see here, this is 30 means this will be A. So we have written here A smaller. Now this is capital B means this is for the angles. For the side we'll write here small b. And here we can also write this is capital C. For this one we can write a small c. So this thing should be very clear. So now we have that is 30 degree. So 30 degree means we don't know this is the opposite side. But just that we know that is A. Then what is this one? This is the adjacent one. So now for adjacent, so now let us see here. We know this this A, just we write here on the opposite one. We can just write opposite by adjacent. Suppose we are taking 10, 30. opposite in place of opposite, just like as I write here a, small a, and the adjacent is 20. So what will you do when you multiply this into this? So that will be 1030 into 20, that is going to be a. So you can just check this 1030 into 20 when you multiply that. So that is going to be 11.55, and that is the approximate value of a. So now we got this value. Now let us see for b. So now what will you do? Again, what will you do here? We will see for, we know A. So we know the opposite over here, and we know the adjacent also over here. But then we want this B. So now what will we see? Cos of this one. So we can do for adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent is what? That is 20, and the hypotenuse is B. So again, when we multiply this into this, that will be cos 30 into B, and that is 20. So we want b for that. So 20 is on right hand side, but when this goes on the left hand side, that is going to get divided. So when you divide this 20 divided by cos of 30, we get approximate value, that is 23.09. So that is what we have, they have asked for the triangle ABC. So we got this one a, we got the value of b, and we know the value of this small c. So the next one, so now let us see the sine law. So actually in this one, what we have to see that the sine rule is used when we are given either, actually, because there is always a confusion where to find out the sine rule, where to use the sine rule and the cosine rule. So whenever there are two conditions, two angles and one side, or two sides and one that non-included side is given. So like see, we can also find out by this one when you are given ASA, SSA or AAS. This also is one of the important thing where to see for the sine law and the cosine law. So just remember this one. So now for the cosine, what is the given? That is the, when we are given the three sides, or it can be two sides or the included side. Means what we have to see here, we have to see SAS or SSS. You know what is SAS? Side angle side. SSS means side side side. So according to these two conditions, we can find out the cosine one. So now let us see what is the law of sine. So this one, that will be a by small a by sine a, that will be capital A, that is equal to b by sine b, or it can be c by sine c. So here again there is a different law as well, that we'll see the examples later. That will be sine a by a, sine b by b, and sine c by c. So these two again the laws we have to remember for sine. And for cosine, what is that? A square is this 3. You can just look at this 3. We have to remember this one. So now let us see the example. So now what is given here? They have asked for the find the length of the side C. This is the small c. So now we know this is the ABC. Suppose this is a diagram given over here, and this capital C, this is 52, and this again, when you take this side, means this will be small c. Now this is capital B, means here this is going to be small b. If this is this A capital, means this is going to be small a. So hope you got this. So from this one, what we know first, that we know that small b, that is by, again we know the b also, capital B also. So at least, because now we have to decide which formula to take. So we know this one. Then again what we know the capital C, that is the sine C we know, but we don't know the small c. So from this 4 we know 3 things. So we can use this one, b by sine B is equal to c by sine C. See, these are 4 things, right? So from this 4 we should know 3. So one unknown can be found out from this one. So now look here, a small b, that is 2.5. So you will write here 2.5. So then sine b is 62. So you will write here 62. Now this is small c, that we don't know. But then again we know sine of capital C, that is 52. So we'll write here sine of 52. So we know these 3 things. This 4 is to be found out. So now let us do one thing. Let us write this as it is over here, and this when you take on this side, so this is going to go in the numerator, and that is C, will keep it on the other side, right hand side. So now when you multiply this into this, you get 1.97, and this is as it is. And now when you divide this, you get 2.23. Here this is again the approximate value. Okay, so you got the small c over here. That is what they have asked for, the side of the side C, length of the side C, sorry. So now let us go for the next one. That is, we have to solve for x. Or see here, this is ABC given. They can also give you without any labels. So both are the same. So now look here. So I have written here or. Either they will label it or it will be without a label. The sides are the rest, everything is the same. So you have to follow the same thing. So now see here, now we know this is A, small a. This is small b and this is small c. So now what we can do from that one, we know A and this one, this part you know. And then again you have to find out where is x, x is on the small c. So C by small, this one capital sign, that is sign of capital C. So here this will be, now again see here, this in place of A, small a, we can put here 5, which is 5 here. So sign of, what is that? 51 is equal to small, this will be x, and this sign of this will be 47. So now see here, 1, 2 and 3 things are given. We have to find this unknown. This is the fourth one we have to find out. So now this thing will keep as it is. So now if this will take it on the other side, so that is going to get, that will be in the numerator. So that will going to get multiplied and x will be on the right hand side. So now again we'll multiply this into this and this will be in the denominator. This x the same. So when you divide this, you get approximate value, that is 4.71, that is x. So you can write here centimeter because that is the side. So the next one, find the measure of angle A. So this angle we have to find out. So now what will you do? This is small a, this is b, and this is small c because this is capital. So here small c. So now we know that is a. We can write here a. We know a, small a. We know divided by, we want for this one sine a. So that is, we know this c part. So we are going to skip the b one. So we know this c, we know the sine c, and we know the small c also. So we'll take this one. So now see here, a is 64. Then sine a we don't know. Again now we know c, this, that is 42, and sine of this is 35. So now we know 1, 2, 3 things. So this can be found out easily. So now see here, when you cross multiply this one, so what is going to happen here? 64 into sine, this is going to come on the left hand side, and these two are going to go on the right hand side. This is what is given on the right hand side. So now you want, this will be as it is in the numerator, but when this sign goes, so we want sine a, but then we'll take 42 on the other side, so that is going to go in the denominator. So here that will be sine a. So now see here, so now we want the just the a and not the sine a. So what will you do here? When you take this on the this side, that is going to get, so a is going to be sine inverse of this whole part. So that is the a, sine inverse of this whole part, that is going to be a. So you can just check this one, this value is on your calci. So you get the approximate value, that will be 60.93 degree, the value of a. So here now we'll see the find the perimeter of the triangle. So you know the perimeter means what? That is the sum of all sides. So now the one side is given, and then see this will be, this is capital B means this is going to be small b. This is capital C means this is going to be small c. And the angles have been given over here. But you want to find out the perimeter means this is already given. You have to find for b, small b and small c. So now let us see again the same formula, that is a by sine a. Why we are going to start with a by sine a? Because these two things are given. And then again, now we can do for b by sine b. So now here what we will do, you will put here 1600, and here will be sine of a is what? 56. So sine of 56, and we don't know b, small b we don't know, but we know sine of this will be capital B is, that is 74. So now we know this. So what will we do here? We will again, we can cross multiply this one. So what we'll do, one thing, these two things will keep as it is over here. But when we take this sine 74 on this side, that is going to get in the numerator multiplied in the numerator. So now this b is alone over here on the right hand side. So now let us consider this one. Now just put this value on your calci here and you get it. 1855.2, that is because that is the side of it that is measured in kilometers. So you have to write this kilometer over here. So we got for B. So now let us see, again we got for B means we got this one. So we need this one because then we have to add one for the perimeter. So this we know, now we got this one. So now let us concentrate on this C. So now again what will you write? You can repeat the same again, A by sine A you took over here. So same thing you can write it over here. But there in place of this, instead of that B, you are going to write here C. So now put the values. What is A? Small a is 1600. This is sine, this is 56 already given over here. You can check later. Then C, we don't know. That is what we have to find out. And sine of 50, sine capital C, that is 50. So now again, what will we do? We will keep this here as it is. And this sine of 50, we will take in the other side, that is going to get multiplied by sine 50. And this C, small c, is on the right hand side alone. So now when you again put this value, you can check this value, that will be 1478.4, that will be kilometer, and that is small c. So now as I told you, the perimeter is sum of all sides. Now you already have this value, you got this and this one. So you are going to add all these three. So what will you do here? Perimeter is 1600 plus what you got for this one, 1855.2 and 1478.4, and when you add, you get 4933.6 kilometer. So this is the final answer. So now we'll see the cosine law. So you can look at the formulas later. Now again, see here, wherever the formula is needed, I have noted over here. So now we find the length of A. So now how to find out? This is capital A, means this should be small a, this will be B, and this will be C, small c, all small. So now we have the formula. Now we want for A. So let us start from A square. We have A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine. Now how to remember this part? I'll tell you. You know that you have to find out for A. So now you will see A, B, C. Okay, so now already A is here. Now this is BC, but that is going to be C square, B square plus C square, because remaining. And here when you multiply, that should be BC, because here. And here, because that is small a, here should be cos of A. Hope you got it. A, B, C. Again this BC. And here will be A. So this is one of the way to remember. So now you are just going to put, after getting this formula right. So now we are going to put here A square, just here. Now this will be, don't go for this one because directly for the answer for this one. So you can increase the steps. Now for B, this is B. So this is 18 square. This is C. So that should be 21 square. And then again, this B value is 18 and C value is 21. And then cos of, what is capital A? Capital A is given here, 61. So you will put here 61. So now A square, this will be, when you square it, 18 into 18, 324. 441, and see here, BC means this together, that is when you multiply, that should be 756, and this write separately. Now this one, when you add it, you get 765, 756, this together. So now you can do directly, you can just check it from your calci, this one, or what I have done is I wrote separate this one and then I multiplied this into this. So when I multiplied this into this, I got 366.52. It's up to you what to do, because sometimes directly you put this value in your calci, you might get wrong answer. So it's up to you what to do, whether to increase this one step or not. It's up to you. So now look at here. So now A square is, again, this is going to be 398.48. And then when we square both the sides, so we want just the value of A. So when you square this one, it should be 19.96 centimeter. So that is what they asked, the value of A. Now here we have to see the measure of angle, that is the capital A, this one. So now these sides are given. So again, now what are you going to do for capital also? You can repeat the same formula. Now see, instead of rearranging it directly, writing the formula, see here, this is the direct formula. But I'll show you, you can start with the same formula start with a smaller one. And I'll show you how to rearrange it later. Now see here, A square is again what I said here, b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a. Because why did I write this one? Because here I can see a. So now what will you do? Minus 2bc, this one, no? Minus 2. If I take it on this side, this is, see here, this is the left hand side. And this whole thing is on the right hand side. But if I take only this part, if I take it on the left hand side, so this is what I have taken. This everything is here on the right hand side. But then again, this thing I don't want it on the left hand side. Then I'll take it on the right hand side. That is going to be minus a square. So hope if this step is clear to you from this formula. So now we are going to concentrate on the cos a. So cos a, this whole thing you are going to write as it is. And actually this is multiplication. So now see here, 2bc cos a means there is multiplication sign over here. So from that cos a, we took it separate. And this 2bc, I can write it in the denominator, because it is changing the side. So now see here, now we want that a part, right? So now this is clear because we started from this original one and then we have rearranged the formula. Some of them directly try to write this formula, which is a bit of confusion. So better start with the original one and then come to this one. So now look at here. Now we know the sides, right? Now this is b, this is a small, and this is small c. So you know the values of it, that what is a is 8, b is 9 over here, and c is 10. So now let us put b is 9. So 9 square, c is 10, 10 square, and a is 8, so 8 square, but this is minus 10 in between. And this will be 2 as it is, the b is 9 and c is 10. So now what will you do? This 81, 10 tens are 100, and this will be minus 64. Divide this, when you multiply this one, you get 180. And now what you will do, you will add this both. From that we will subtract 64, you get 117 divided by 180. But we don't want cos a, now we want just a. So a is, as I showed you in the inverse trigonometric functions, how to do it. So you are going to take this inverse, that will be when you change the sign. This is going to be cos inverse, and this is the same here. So when you check this one, that should be a is 49.46 degree. So then now the next one, in triangle ABC, A is 4.9, C is given as 6.2, and B, angle B is given as 64, and you have to solve triangle ABC. So now see here, this is the angle ABC, what you have to solve it. So now this is given, now say angle B. Angle B means this one. So that is given as 64. So we'll write here, near B. Then it is given, see, A is 4.9. So a capital A is here means this should be A small, and this is C means this here small c. So that is 6.2 and 4.9. So hope this is clear. So now we want the triangle ABC means first thing we will find out now. This will be B. So we'll start with the B square. B square, as I said, now this is B square means you need A and C, and here also A and C. But then this is going to be B. Hope this is clear. Then A square, we know the value of A. You can see it later because I'm not going to keep on scrolling it. So A is 4.9 square. This will be 6.2 square. And this 2, here A is 4.9 and C is 6.2. And the value of this capital B, that is going to be 64. So now this will be, when you square this one, that will be 24.1. When you square this one, it will be here. See here, this together you have to multiply because that is totally 2AC. So this should be 60.76 and this will be cos of 64. So B square is, when we add this together, so that will be 62.45 and this here. So now you can check it on your calc. You can just put this whole thing and you get the value, this 35.81. So that is B square, but we want B. So when you square this one, when you square, you get 5.98 because we have to square both sides. So you get B is 5.98 centimeter. So this is done with B. This is done with B. But then what did they ask? They asked for the triangle. Solve, you have to triangle ABC. So now again, what will we do? We'll see for this. We have to see for these angles, right? Yes. So now let us see, we'll start with this C square. Again, C square means A and B is already there, ABC, as I told you. So here also will be AB and this will be C. So see here, minus 2AB will go on the other side. That is going to be plus 2AB. And this is going to be A square plus B square minus C square. So because we are going to concentrate on the angle. So we want this capital C. So we are going to rearrange with this formula. So now cos C is, this will be same here, and this is multiplication, so this is going to get divided. So now you'll just put in the values here, A and this values over here, ABC values over here. Again here, the same, you are going to put the values, and when you solve this part, you get 21.33, and when you solve this one, you get 58.60. So now we got cos C is this one, but we want just the C part of it. So that is going to be cos inverse. So cos inverse of this part, so this will be 68.7. So now you know you got the C, that is 68.7, and you got the this as C here, 68, you got C as 68.7. So you got this C 68.7. Okay, and you know you already 64 is given, so you want this third angle. So this is a triangle, you know, angle sum property. So this total three angles should be 180. So we don't have to use the formula and again waste our time in doing that thing, but we can just get this value by what? From 180 you're going to subtract this one, you add this minus 64 plus 68.7. so whatever, when you add whatever you added, you get the value. That is what I have done over here. So 180 minus this, you got 132.7. So the angle A is 47.3. So by this we have got all the values of the sides as well as the angles. So here by this one we have completed today's work. Do like and subscribe to my channel so you get the notification of the other parts. Thank you.